I moved into this apartment exactly a year ago. And I know that because the video that I made moving into this apartment is exactly a year old. I can't believe it's already been a year. I'm gonna bring you through my entire apartment and show you what I have now and why. So this is my apartment that I moved into as a full-time teenage content creator. Did I mention full-time, by the way? Yeah, I know, no biggie, just a subtle flex. When I first moved here, it was a big leap of faith. I had no idea if this career that I chose for myself would even work out, and it ended up being a massive gamble. But I told myself I'm gonna be successful doing what I love, or literally become homeless trying. And luckily for me, it worked out. Welcome to the kitchen. This is where I never cook or eat anything because I'm always ordering food and eating out. In all honesty, it's a bad habit and I'm kind of working on it. But the lighting in here is really cool. I have this light strip above the cabinets, which really helps light up the kitchen and adds to that kind of aesthetic ambience that I'm going for. You can never really have too much lights in your house. And talking about the lighting, there's also this lamp that's completely made out of glass, which I just kind of thought was pretty unique. So I decided to throw it into this little spot in the kitchen. It helps light up the area, and honestly, if this lamp wasn't here, I think the whole apartment would look pretty dark. And I'm really trying to stay away from the big overhead lights because they're just horrible. I can show you exactly what I mean. Let me just go ahead and, yeah, this doesn't really look very pleasing to the eye, to say the least. A living room is always something that I've kind of just wanted to myself. The thought of having a space that I feel comfortable in other than my bedroom is very important to me. And I didn't realize how much I needed this until I actually had it. Being a kid who grew up in his bedroom only to leave for literally the essentials like eating and to take a shower, just having this space that is specifically mine is very nice. I know that's not a lot to ask for in having your own house or apartment, but you know. I find myself almost never being in my room anymore, considering that area is just kind of for sleeping, and obviously since my gaming setup is in there gaming, I do often end up in the living room just doing whatever. I also made sure to light this place up as much as possible, so there's a bunch of lamps and just random lights littered around the room. And one nice touch that I really just love is the Govee light rope above the window. It emits this glow that I don't know how to describe, but it just gives off such a cool vibe. Just look at it. Look at it. Look. That's pretty cool. I also have this little Noguchi lamp. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It's a nice little lamp to have right in the corner. Just adding more of that extra light to create that ambiance. There are some very loud fountains out here on my balcony, but I don't really mind. It's pretty peaceful. With all of these lights strung up, it's really pretty at night. I don't really come out here too often though, but when I do, it's pretty chill. So this corner right here has all of my camera equipment and everything that I need to make videos. I have a aperture light, a C-stand, my backpack, my MacBook, chargers, lenses, maybe a few tripods here and there, extra batteries for the camera. I'm glad we have this whole corner to dedicate for only camera stuff, but I don't really know where I'm gonna put all of this when I end up moving. Here are all of the lenses, this nice little Sony mic, which I should probably be using right now. This book stand was in my room originally, and I don't have much books to even really put on it, but I put it out in my living room and just getting a little collection here. To be honest, I haven't even really read any of these, maybe a couple, getting around to it, okay? We have my couch, which is kind of funny because they accidentally sent me this piece as well along with it. I wasn't supposed to get that. It's like an extra 600, 700 bucks. I'll take it. Nice little accent pillow. I don't know, it looks like it's made out of moss or something, but it's cool. And some canvases on the wall, which I don't really like, but since I'm moving soon, I thought I would put them up anyways. And I should probably also mention my mini fridge. Probably bought this thing like forever ago, and I've always just had it around. It works, and it was pretty expensive, so I'm not just gonna get rid of it. I do keep some C4 in there. Shout out to C4, they're the homies. And we got some Soylent, which don't even ask me about that. I'm trying to be a little healthier, okay? And that's one step towards being just a little bit healthier. Oh, and I got the air purifier, which is nice to have. Koei sent me this air purifier, but if I'm being honest, it's really good. The original one that I have two of these, by the way, but the original one that I have is in my bedroom, and this one's just out here, sucking up all that air and purifying it. And yes, it got sent to me for free, but I would actually buy it I did buy it. I mean, it looks cool, you know? Look at that thing. Just looks nice. Should probably also mention the big mirror in my hallway. This is the hallway. This thing I got from IKEA, and you know, it was in my bedroom, but now it's here. Whenever I leave, I can make sure that I look presentable before actually leaving. You know, just make sure my hair is good, all that. I really wanted to mount this TV to the wall, but I never ended up doing it. This is the Samsung frame, so it's meant to be on the wall, but I just never got around to mounting it. My bedroom is a very important place, other than the fact that this is, you know, where the magic happens. Okay, if I'm being honest, there's no magic happening in this bedroom. Having my own space that I can call mine, well, it better be mine. I pay money for it. It's something that's invaluable. It gives you a place that you can go where no one else is and that you can just decompress. I try very, very hard to make this space feel like mine. And although I didn't get to do much of that moving into this apartment because most of my money went towards the living room since I didn't really have any furniture, I did get to customize and personalize this space just a little bit while I was here. Specifically, this shelf behind me. Now, I don't know if you could see, but that shelf is a huge learning experience for me. I had to learn how to solder RGB strips together just so I can put it on that shelf. And I'll show you what I mean. See these lights? Right here, that is a light strip that I cut up into pieces and I soldered together. Now I know I'm pretty much a full-time professional welder at this point, but for real, I think it turned out pretty cool. Also wanted to show you a little bit about what's on this shelf. So we have a Snorlax and a little plant. Gojo keyboard. That's tough. Little capybara. High ground Mewtwo keyboard and a duck. Some anime figures and whatever that thing is. And the reason this entire wall behind me looks empty is because of that thing right there. That is a projector. Let me find an anime to put on. Now, as you can see, I got a big screen and I can kind of just lay down and just, you know, chill out. It's definitely a big upgrade compared to like a TV or something. I really wish the camera could just capture how nice this thing looks. And if I really wanted to, it could be the entire wall. I just don't have enough room for it to be the entire wall. But yeah, some nights you'll catch me in here watching anime. Maybe a little something else, I don't know. Now this is the gaming setup. Move this chair out of the way for you guys. Got the PC, monitors, keyboard, mouse, all that stuff. The desk goes up and down. Now, I'm not gonna go too in-depth into the gaming setup. I feel like that could be its own video. But I think I definitely spent a little bit too much money on this setup. So if you guys wanna subscribe, you know. Now, of course, I gotta show you the picture frames that are above my setup with some pictures in them. And if you're wondering what's inside of these pictures, it is literally just concrete. Look, I thought it would go hard. It doesn't really go hard, but you know, it matches my desk and my mouse pad, and you know, maybe it matches this little plant or something, I don't know. One day I'm trying to get one of those apartments that have like concrete walls and stuff. Now we have the bathroom, which when I walk in here, there's you know, not much. This is one of the only rooms in the entire house where I don't have cool lights set up, so it's just white. And I did not clean for this video, so if you see anything that's dirty, I'm sorry. I have all of my things that I use on a daily basis on my counter. Actually, I wanted to point out, shout out to Blau for this hand soap. Blau is like a streamer who invited me over to his house to remake his entire gaming setup. And in the process, I had to stay over at his house for a few days. And this hand soap was in his bathroom, and I don't know if this is weird, but it just smelled really good. God, that's weird, right? I think that's a little weird. I went to this man's house and I stole his hand soap. Got some bath stones, because usually what would happen, right, is that after I take a shower, I step out, and then, you know, my floor gets all wet. Now, this right here is the closet, and I really don't want to show it to you guys. Mainly because it's really dirty, but I'll show you guys a little bit. We got some shoes. You know, it's the collection. Most of them are fake. And I just have a bunch of clothes. All my hoodies, all my pants over there, and some shirts and storage. I store a bunch of stuff in here. Yeah, there's not too much in the closet, okay? It was a really nice year living here, and although it wasn't, you know, the best, there was a lot of things that went wrong with this apartment specifically. When we first moved here, our apartment looked a lot nicer than it actually was, especially in the photos. And we didn't get a chance to tour it because we lived in a different state, so we kind of just gambled on it. Our trash chute stopped working, which means, you know, there's nowhere to put our garbage. We've been having a ton of packages stolen because there's no cameras in the apartment for some reason. Like, how do you not have cameras in an apartment? What if someone gets murdered? There's just no evidence. But what I can say is that the time that I spent here it was well worth it. I got to experience a ton and I learned a lot. I got to live with my best friend, explore a new city, which I've never been to before. Well, that was my apartment.